Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. Welcome back to another Sunday episode of Live Sports Betting Picks. This is Felix. He just jumped up here and
I'll tail Felix.
yes, tail Felix, please. But happy Mother's Day to everyone watching here today. We got some brunch planned here pretty soon, so I'm excited for that because I always wake up hungry in the morning. How are you, Ramon? Did you make it over to McDonald's yet? They're probably not even open yet, are they?
Oh, sure. Come on. It's 6:15 in the morning here on Mother's Day. Hello. Happy Mother's Day. We know we've got some moms watching. I don't know
Right.
what the percentage of, but I feel like, I don't know, it's part of my strategy really when I came up when Tony said do a show. I was like, well, if I have a good female handicapper, probably get more. So, hey, we probably get as many ladies as any handicapping
Right.
show.
I
Thank
hope so
you,
anyway.
Mindy.
I'm hoping they're just shy and don't really get in the mix, but still make lots of money on the side, right?
That's right. That's right. And we know you've had a pretty good week. You've had some mom duties going in your life in the
That is
past. So
true.
happy
That is
Mother's
true.
Day to you and to all the
Yeah.
mothers.
I mean, I never have officially had my own children. That wasn't something that I ever wanted to do in life. But I, have had stepchildren, and I've helped raise my sister's kids, and I have pets as well. But yeah, like again, I always say it. It takes a village, and there's a lot of single. Dads out there too. I mean, my aunt passed away when we were all 2 years old, and my uncle and my grandma raised kids, and so again, I don't think it always just means the females. I think there's a lot of males that do a lot of child rearing as well. Again, like I always say, it takes a village, right, to raise kids. It's a hard job.
Yeah, we see the chat. I thought the chat was broken there for a minute, so I hope I know that a lot of there's probably going to be maybe one of our maybe least watched Sunday show. I don't want to say it like that, but I know that a lot of people are getting started, probably on a brunch, things like that. We know how it goes. You're probably headed out for something fun as well. So
Right.
we'll take care of this show and get a move on with the day. And welcome to the Morning Steam with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm your host, Ramon Scott, coming to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
In the chats, let's start to say
yeah,
hello.
lots of folks coming in now.
And we'll say good morning to everyone before we go with our selections today. We're going to have Game 7. NBA Eastern Conference semifinals, Philadelphia and Boston. It is the marquee matchup of the day today, going off in about 6 hours. So we'll talk about that one. We'll talk about Game 6. Minty, we were whining. I'm sure everyone's pretty disappointed about the game time in hockey tonight. 10 Eastern.
Yeah, we have all day to play a hockey game, and we pick it when it's Mindy's bedtime. What the heck?
Yeah, and everything in baseball pretty much is a day game here, of course, on Sunday, so we'll get all that action going. But let's start to say hello to who's here today. Curtis was here. He got it all ready, tidying up, getting it looking good around here. Thomas Lewis is here today.
He's got a new moniker there.
Oh, what? Oh, Thomas
changed it up before. I think to me it always looked like it said Diamondbacks, but it said Buckeyes. So now he's looking dapper. It looks like a new suit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that does look like a new.
Yeah.
Walk this way here. Scared money. Don't make no money. Here today to make some money. Here's Blake Joel Costa as well. Hello to everyone. Thank you, Fernando, for joining us. Say hi if you can right now in the chat.
Yeah, do it.
Here in the Morning Steam, that's the premise of the show. Sure, Mindy and I are going to come to you in a moment with some free picks, but we want your picks. We want to put them on the air, chop it up, put it in videos, so all of your successes are noted on YouTube and other forms of social media that we send out there as well. All right, we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at who did what yesterday with the premium picks, because that's what we're actually here to do, is promote our premium picks at Tony'sPicks.com. Yes, we're going to give you free complimentary selections in just a moment on all the games in Major League Baseball. Here comes a bunch of people, Mindy.
Right.
Zane is here today. Steve Fallow is here. FKD, as I like to call them here, and Bionic here today. Happy Mother's Day to all. All right, over at Tony's Picks, let's see who did what yesterday. Well, we just missed Mindy with Team Steam.
Who were those Marlins thinking, giving that one away, Ramon?
Ralph Raymond, 6-1. Boy, he has really been hot, and he's been a great addition to the team over there. Nick also 6-1. Great job, Hollywood Sam, 3-1 on the day. Tiffany went 4-2. A good day, and Sean Dinwiddie won his only play on Saturday. So maybe light volume for some of the cappers. And let's see here.
I'm still waiting for the Mets to finish.
Yeah, that was a bizarre one, Mindy. The Mets and the Nationals, they will actually play a split doubleheader. They'll pick up where they left off. I think it was in the third or fourth inning. I want to third inning. Maybe it's 1-0. They suspended that game, and they told the fans, come back tomorrow, after they made them wait around for 4 hours.
Right. Just what you want to do.
So it was very upsetting. But again, that kind of unprecedented the way they're going to work that. They're back in the day, if you didn't play a certain number of innings to make an official game, they would just scrap the game and start over from scratch. So I guess I don't know how baseball worked. Maybe there's been a change in the rule, but anyway, there were a lot of controversy regarding that. Should be on top of that, but I just don't know why that is anymore. What they used to do was just say, okay, no game, we'll start it over from scratch. But maybe because, you've gone out there. Of course, the rule was it was tied, it would be a suspended game, but if someone was winning, it would not. But this seemed to make a little better sense, not talking about the resumption of the game, but you have played, 3.5 or whatever official innings. So the Mets and Nationals will begin at 10:05 with the conclusion of that first game. I want to say 10:05. I'm talking Pacific time, and 1:05.
Right.
I'm not even sure of that start time, but then they will compete in a night game. I say night game. It's probably late afternoon in New York, but that game will actually end up now taking place at 6 p.m. Or no, I'm sorry, 4:35 Eastern time, 1:35 Pacific. So they'll play that one right after. Not right after. They actually are going to clear the stadium and let everybody come in with their
new tickets.
Right. So, okay. Taking a look here at, don't forget to use the promo code Tony T at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. Nick there, 67% over the last 7 days. Wow. Ralph, he's over 60% over the last 7 days. There's our morning steam team.
There we are.
Profiting over the last 7 days, Joshua Pope and Tony T as well. Over the last 30 days, Ralph Raymond having a great stretch here right now, plus 1,600 units over the last 30 days at Tony'sPicks.com. So use that promo code to subscribe to any of our premium pick packages over at Tony'sPicks.com, including those from Mindy and I. We're just 2 hours away, 2 hours and change away from the first game of the day. There will be that morning start. And it's your Angels, and you're wearing your Angels gear. The Angels after that. I don't know how else to put it. They gave up 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning and end up losing again because of the bullpen. Tony's got a 2 baseball and 1 basketball for Tony. Daniel's got a 3-pack, and Collins has a 5-pack, including his NBA pick in that Philly and Boston game, which is what we'll start with. I want to mention right there the pick ticker. You see Hollywood Sam's got a little action from Germany coming up in 9 minutes with Leverkusen and Stuttgart.
Some
And
foosball?
Welcome. Huh?
Some foosball?
Yeah.
All right.
No, and I just want to welcome everyone who just watched Middlesbrough and Coventry play to a 0-0 tie. So thanks. Welcome all those fans that flocked over here from that. All right, Darren's here today. We're going to get started with the show. And all right. Appreciate it, everybody. Let's get going. We've got these games to talk about here on the Morning Steam. Get your comments and picks ready. Because here we go. We're going to start off.
I said we're ready to go.
Yep, with that marquee matchup of the day. We're turning back the clock here with that total. Was higher, but has gone down. Everybody knows Game 7. It's going to be intense. So I say 200. It's probably 201 at most places. I'm showing a couple of Vegas books right now. So at 200, 200 and a half. Tickets are relatively split here. Haven't really seen any major steam, but just the gradual move. Saw a send out as high as 208 and a half, but saw openers as high as it was DraftKings that actually ended up with a crazy opener, 208 and a half. But there's been a steady adjustment here in this one. We're expecting, these teams to actually try to play some defense. Got to be the lowest total of any game this season, I would think.
For sure.
Celtics are favored in this one, Mindy, by 6.5 points. And the total is, well, we'll just say 201, but might be 200 and a half, right around there, whatever the case may be.
All right, cool. Well, saying hi to Ron Hahn. Haven't seen him in a while. Hope things
great.
are well. Of course, he always likes the green teams there. I think it's one of those, I think the Celtics, might easily, win this one. But I think this game's going to be, hard fought. I think, 6.5 to me, I think is just too much here. I think you got Embiid that really wants to, finally make it to a next round of tourney play here. The Celtics, but I think you got to always be, arguing that they're one of the better teams in the NBA. If they don't make it, it would be a huge disappointment here. I just kind of take a look at how the 76ers have played on the road. They're 5-1 in their last 6. I'm going to take the 76ers here and the points. I do probably think the Celtics win this one. I just think 6.5 is too much here today for the Celtics.
All right, Mindy's on the Philadelphia 76ers plus 6.5. Says it'll be a good, exciting game, it sounds like. Take those points. Philly hangs in there today for Mindy, and I say that I respect what's been happening with this number. Look, we've seen some of these games now over the last few days really end up, with a pretty low score, no doubt about it. So I'm going to think that it is going to also go under in this one. Ron does say over there. He said over the 201 or whatever it is. Looks like everyone's pretty nervous about making a pick in this game. No problem. Leave it to us. We will take care of that. The last game, Mindy, was, of course, we saw
80 to 80.
95 to 86. I did have the under in that one. So looks like there's some Joel and Darren are kind of into some single game props or boosts that are going on there. So seems like always, as long as they work out. I don't know if the boosts, I don't follow it that closely, but it seems like you're always supposed to take the boosts. In those, but if they, maybe the odds are not good. I really have not even looked into them because I don't have it available. But all right, Mindy on the Sixers. I'm on under 200. I think there'll be some serious defense. Totally slow down in the fourth quarter, like some of these games we've seen. And that game last time went 30 points under. So I will go under in this one of my free play, and Mindy is taking the Sixers. So I think I saw, as I was coming on the air and I was watching, reading Twitter, I saw, and I think John Moran. He might have been headed to the game. He was with his buddy in the car. He did it again, you guys. He had a gun, pointed at his head again. So we're going to see some backlash from that. I imagine it's the off season, but I think it's probably suspension worthy, especially after what we've seen from the last incident that he had like that.
Yeah, the therapy was supposed to help with this, right?
Sent him to the therapy or whatever, and I don't know if it was an old video. Ron's got him as a clown show, but if anybody hasn't seen it, you could probably just type in your Twitter machine Morant gun, and you'll see he's hanging out with his buddy, driving in a Jeep or something like that. Maybe he was going to pick up his mom or
Mother's Day celebration.
Yeah, and gotta have that gun with you just in case. You never know. So, and the way he holds it to his head is just so worrisome.
Yeah, I mean,
good job, Doc. Just want to mention that because I saw it happen here just before I was going on the air. So there's our NBA. There's our NBA report. But our pick is Mindy's on the Sixers, and I'm on the under. And we saw other news. Mindy, the Phoenix Suns fired their head coach. I don't know what they were expecting going up against the number one seed. They played them pretty darn well, I thought. They, definitely made
the wire pretty much, yeah.
So it just doesn't make much. Now, granted, they have a new owner, so maybe you want to get a new start. But when are these guys, coaches who get fired? When can they start suing for wrongful term? It's not like they're saying like this guy did anything wrong. He just didn't get the win in the series. And they were playing the Denver Nuggets without one of the best players that may be a Hall of Famer, Chris Paul, right? So that was really weird. I thought that they show him the door. So, all right, got a few more greetings here, Mindy, for Mother's Day. As we get rolling, we'll go over the hockey game here in just a moment. But C. James is here today, and so is Panger Live.
Heck yeah!
All right. Let's get over to the hockey game now. We got a long way to go for this one.
Right. We only got to wait 12 hours.
The Golden Knights and the Oilers here. Mindy, the Oilers got to win this one. Their backs are to the wall all of a sudden with the Knights. And, boy, I took the Knights in the last game. And, they're the team. They're one of those teams where they play pretty decent on the road, and the Oilers are kind of not so cool at home. They kind of feel the heat a little bit sometimes. They feel the pressure, if you will, but they are a huge favorite here at $1.85, which, to me, again, seems kind of, like I said, when the Oilers were favored on the road, I thought it was kind of crazy, and this seems high again, but we know home ice means something in the NHL. What do you have in this one, Mindy?
Well, I mean, this has been our, true zigzag series here thus far. So we had a Golden Knights victory. So I'm going to come back today here on the Oilers at home. I'm going to take them on the puck line. I think they go ahead and get out here and get this must-win situation. In the two games the Oilers have won, they've dominated it by more than 3 goals, right? We've talked about this, on the ones in this series specifically, it's been a 1-4 or 1-5, or then you have a 1-. I mean, like they've really been, when they win, they crush each other is kind of how it's going. Oilers have scored 17 goals in this series. It's, about 4 goals a game here as well. 12-3 in their last 15 games, playing on some rest. I'm going to take the Oilers here today and get a little bit of plus money with them. I think they get this one.
Well, speaking of the plus money, I'll take the under in this one. It's totally juiced up pretty high at 6.5 over 35. So the Oilers better play some defense tonight. Ron's going over, though, in this one. Ron, he also says, give me Edmonton. Thank you, Joel. Smash and like. Thank you, everybody. Please, if you can. What are some of the? Doesn't cost anything, they say. Fernando says it's over for the Oilers, and he's not talking about the total. I think he likes
Right. I think
Vegas
it
in
means
this
it's a done
one.
deal, huh?
And Panger Life, first period over as well. He says the Oilers have to give it their all tonight. So again, not a lot of opinion here in these playoff games. Maybe it's a little bit. Maybe these, lines are always going to be tough. Mindy, I want to mention a bummer for you today, right now. Just breaking news. We see because it's the early game, we just got to look at the lineups, and Mike Trout is going to take the day off for some rest here today. So that's going to affect everyone. That's going to be the next game we're going to talk about right now. But we'll see how that affects the line. The line going into the injury news was I think it was about a pick 'em or so. We'll see right now. I'm sure by the time we get there in a moment or two that I'll be announcing that the Guardians have become a little bit bigger of a favorite. But just want to mention that just breaking right now. Mike Trout out of the lineup today just for rest on Sunday in the early start. So
disappointing all the mothers out there that are going to watch the game.
Yep, and it's an early start. Let's get to it. Want to say hello to Verley here. Ron also says he's got the Oilers to score first tonight. All right. Let's get over to the major leagues now and take a look at our 15 games. And we'll not be previewing the game that we're already on. Most books check your rules. Unfortunately, you'll probably be because those bets are usually must be decided on the day of the game. Most people will have already received their refunds, but we'll mention you can most likely go back and wager on the game today as a live betting proposition in that Mets Nationals game with the score 1-0. So, anyways, let's get going here, Mindy, with the baseball card. Angels and Guardians. We see that news come out with Trout, so I'll update it right now. In fact, look, I have the Angels there slightly favored. I don't ever think it was quite 115. I was just right now though the Guardians are about $1.20, maybe even $1.25 as this news continues to spread here very early on in the news cycle. Just within the last 5 minutes, this has come out. And so I'm showing the Guardians 125 or so, and the total has dropped a full half of a run, 7.5 under 15.
Well, I mean, for me, I had a Guardians, play in action here already for me before I had, Trout on the outs here in this one today. I like the Guardians. I know it's one of those that they're 0-4 their last 4 home games versus lefties, but I think today's the day where they break out of that. We also talked about this Angels bullpen. They keep on, just totally, messing this one up here. And I think this one probably gets decided here in those later innings. I'm going to take the Guardians here today. I had them at about minus 107-ish. You said about 115 now. So I still think I'm okay. I'm going to take the Guardians here.
Yeah, even higher. Actually, we'll be laying. You have 2 prices up there. Sorry about that. The 125 is a little bit more accurate.
Okay.
Than the 115, but I think at some of the sharper books you can actually get it a little bit lower at this point. But I would say get it now. This news is only going to continue to fuel a little bit of public money, I would think, as we're just 2 hours away from the start of the game. Guardians here for Joel. I'm on him too, Mindy. I was already on him. I think the writing was on the wall a little bit with Trout. The Sharps have been hammering the under all morning. They pounded it early at 8.5. Yesterday, and they pounded it at 8 all morning today. Fernando's on the Angels here, or he's in his geometry class. I'm not sure there. Burley had an over in the hockey game, by the way. So, all right, Mindy, we're on the Guardians here. And anybody else want to make a pick on it? Mindy and I are on it with. I put Bieber, but I think it's actually Tanner Bibby.
Yeah, I have Bibby. Yeah.
And I think I knew that. I just, for some reason, you see those letters, I guess, and I guess my brain was on autopilot. My old brain on Yeah, thank you, Steve. I knew it was BB, certainly, but I think I just was thinking with my thinker. That's not good. All right, all right, all right, gang. Let's move on to the next one here, and got a good one. Boy, this has been an exciting series so far. Exciting game yesterday. I tried to come in with the Rays and a premium and got knocked around again. Ryan, help me out. I need some winners, gang. The Rays and the Yankees here in this one. Mindy, the Rays are going to be favored on the road with Eflin, $1.20. This one is dropping rapidly on the total. I will mention it's down to 9 under 25. When I typed these in just a little while ago, within a couple, maybe 90 minutes, over was slightly favored. So maybe we're going to see some lineup, in something maybe in the Yankee lineup. I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen the lineup yet. Let me see if I can't get something here and see how. I don't know if there's been any other releases of lineups, but all of us, and the line hasn't moved. So, anyways, the Braves here, $1.20. I will say this: I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but the home plate umpire is 6-0 to the under this season.
Hey, it's always good info, no matter how you look at it, right? But yeah, I mean, it's crazy because I was on the Rays yesterday too. The Yankees have just been getting them here by a run as of late. I think the Rays probably have a good chance with Eflin on the mound. I mean, he's had victories in 5 of his 6 starts here. But I'm still going to go ahead and I'm going to play the Yankees here today. I'm going to play them on the run line at about minus 150, 160 here. I know Schmidt hasn't been very reliable, but these Yankee bats certainly have been, especially in the later innings. So I'm going to go that route here today. Take the Yankees here on the run line.
Okay. Mindy, on the Yankees run line, plus 1.5 at minus 150. I don't think I mind that at all in this crazy series so far. The Rays were out in the lead. The Yankees come back. This total continues to drop, and it's going to be hard for me not to think that it might go under here. But I'm going to take the Yankees run line with you at plus 1.5 minus $1.50. Minnie, I want to say hello, and welcome to. Look at this from the old lady network. 903 Nunu. Hello, and he's talking about the last game, but I just wanted to shout him out. I think that's a new commenter for us, so really appreciate you stopping by 903. We hope to maybe you've been with us and just haven't had the chance to comment. So good to have you. All right, Fernando on the Yankees run line. He's also on the under here, and Ron's going to parlay in this game. He's going to go Tampa Bay to the under. And Burley cashed out twice on this game. I don't know how that even works. The newfangled cash out thing. Did you take half of it and put? Were you ahead with the Rays? Did he bet the Rays? And they were winning, and he cashed out, and then he put the money on the Yankees, and he took them again, something like that. That'd be cool. Gary had a 16 parlay yesterday. Wow. Good morning to Gary. I'm sure it's a good morning. Joel says Rays first 5. Look at how Verley – is that from yesterday, or is that what he's doing today? Let me know on that. Bionic on the Yankees. And Solo says good morning and says Yankees run line as well. So we're on it, Mindy. 2 for 2 in baseball. I'll take the Yankees plus a 1.5 with Clark Schmidt. Yankees haven't been profitable with Schmidt yet this season, while the Rays obviously have been profitable with Eflin. So yesterday and today, Verley's going with the same play yesterday. Today as he did yesterday. Rays first 5 and Yankees to come back. So Nunu might be a little bit behind in the stream, but good to have him there. He's commenting on that hockey or on the hockey
Hockey.
game tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, 2 for 2 right now. All right, the Pirates and the Orioles. In this one, the Orioles are $1.25, 8 over 20, with Keller going up against Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, Gibson and his splits here, pretty sweet. He's 1.93 ERA at home. And then you have Keller. He's maybe a little bit worse, on the road. He does have a 2.72 ERA here, but 3.57 on the road. For me, it looks like I have two guys here that like to throw the strikeouts here. They're well over 20% to K rates. Those slugging percentages are below 400 there as well. I'm going to go under the total here today in this one. I think it's kind of been a steady under thus far in this series. So I think we're going to be able to keep that up here.
All right, Mindy, going on the under here. Yeah, these teams trend a little bit under in these rolls, certainly. And Mindy will take it at under 8 runs. That number has me worried just a little bit. There were some 8.5 openers. A little bit. I just got a breaking news in tennis here, just coming across. Vika, she's going to have to withdraw, and Madison Keys advances. Vika will not be able to continue at the Italian Open. Let's hope she's going to be ready to move on with the clay court season. But just a little bit of news today on their match. I guess cancel. That was cancel that play. I liked the Keys in that one. I think everyone saw that Vika was not looking that great. So, all right, Mindy, in this one with the Pirates, I'm going to take the Bucks on the run line today at plus 1.5, minus. Oh gosh,
190.
Oh boy, I've got the Bucks on the money line. I'll take them to win this one. Go Bucks! Beat the Orioles on the road. Rocco, me too. I had Keys. I think I kind of saw it. I didn't think about it actually, but all right. Bionics on the Orioles here today. Looks like a lot of Orioles support. Here's Joel on the Orioles. Blake's on the under. So is CTG. And Solo says Orioles money line is a fast break slam dunk play for Solo. Okay, good, Rocco. I just caught it, so I didn't guess not breaking news, but I'm seeing it right now. Okay, so Mindy on the under in this one. I'll take the Pirates. Keller, as far as I can tell, if you look at game in and game out, he's one of the most profitable pitchers going. So I'll take him again. Getting a pretty good effort from Keller. The numbers are, well, you mentioned, I think the numbers are actually pretty good considering where he's at in his career with a good start this season for Keller. So, all right. All right, Mindy Colin McHugh is going to get his first start. Now, he will most likely be an opener. We know he's a starter when he's in form. He's coming in off the injury list. So this will be the second time the Braves will go with an opener. Now, it might not be a traditional opener. He may actually get 2 innings in here. Same thing happened in a start of his, I think, last year. But technically, I believe this will be an opener spot for McHugh. Kikuchi is favored about $1.15, 9.5. This total is dropping pretty heavy as well. You see there 9.5 under 15, but now it's 9.5 under, maybe as close to 20, maybe even 25 is this total. Oh, hold on a second, because I just want to look at something here. Okay, I'm sure I had it incorrectly posted at 9 under 15. Nonetheless, it's still going under. So it was 9.5 under 15, but now it's 9.5 under, maybe even minus $1.25. Sorry about that.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, and then you had talked about how this is probably going to be a a bullpen game. That Atlanta bullpen is definitely solid here in this one, but the Blue Jays really aren't too far behind. They do have less earned runs in that bullpen. They have 2 more saves. They give up less walks. I like Kikuchi where he's been at home, right? 0.77 ERA at his home turf. I'm going to go ahead and take the Blue Jays here today to get the victory.
Yeah, I've struck out with. I tried to go with the Braves yesterday. Not a great pick. That's what I keep missing on these. Kikuchi's been hot. He's 4-0, 2.22 ERA. The Blue Jays have been terrific. Another profitable guy, 6-1 in his starts. The Braves have now lost 3 straight. They're still 15-5 on the road. I think maybe that's what I was swayed by yesterday, Mindy, is how well the Braves are playing. Is this the World Series matchup, possibly? I don't know. The Braves, right now, Mindy, they're my pick in the National League at this point. They are my National League favorite at this point. See what the chat has to say. I know I'm on the under in this game. Pretty confident that that's my play here at 9.5, and I think you see it. It's going to go to 9, I'm sure. See what the chat has to say in this one. Want to say hello to Thurman Hill here today. Verley might be on the under. I don't know if it's this game or the last game, so not sure there. Like the Thurman there, looks like a parlay going on. Joel says the Blue Jays. Bionic says the Jays. And let's see here. And Braves for Solo. I want to come back on the Braves. I really, really do. Kikuchi's awesome. Braves are still, like I said, I do like the Braves a lot. I'll take the under, though. Mindy's on the Blue Jays. Not going to fade Mindy. She got me yesterday in the challenge, I'm pretty sure. So, first 5 under for CTG, and Burley does take the Jays on the money line. All right. Well, here they are. Yeah, the Reds. I tried the under yesterday as a premium and went down. Here you have Braxton Garrett. He's been a pretty profitable pitcher so far, and he's going to gain pretty strong favoritism here at $1.55 or so. The total is now, this total is dropping as well. This is not an early typo. I know that. It was certainly some juiced 8.5s there, but now we are looking at 8 over. 8 over 15 is kind of the consensus line that I'm seeing out there right now. Reds and Marlins. Marlins big favorite.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Reds on the money line here today. I, think that Luke Weaver is the better pitcher here in this matchup, at least, statistically speaking. He does have a 6.97 ERA on the road. Garrett 9.69 here on his home field here. And then again, the Reds bullpen has been playing really, really well. 3.54 ERA compared to the Marlins. They're sitting at a 4.39. The only thing is Luke Weaver does kind of tend to give up the long ball, so he has to keep that in check here today. But I'll take the Reds here on the run line.
All right, Mindy, take those Reds plus a run and a half at minus $1.45 or so. Yeah, those are some bad numbers, but I'm probably going to be on the under. I'm going to respect this move from the Sharps. I'm just going to say, hey, what do I know? You guys have some pretty bad numbers, but I'm just going to trust this move, man. How can it be going under like this when you have those monster ERAs from these guys?
Right.
I'm the one that does, feels like I can't get clicking right now. Let's see what you guys have to say. Hello to Butterscotch.
Hello.
The Marlins on the money line here. Solo on the Marlins. There we go. For Blake, it's the Reds. And Bionic says over in this one. All right. I'll take the under. I'm going to take the under as my play. I kind of like it as a premium, but it's hard to sell here given those terrible numbers for these starters. But I will argue. I mean, Garrett is very competitive with this team. I mean, he has definitely been profitable. Weaver's been profitable as well. Ron says take Miami, and CTG says the over. I'll be on the under, though, as my play. Mindy is on the Reds on the run line. Seattle Mariners on the road here is a huge favorite, $1.75 against the Tigers. The total is 8.5, under 20.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams came into this series, playing well. It's more of the, Tigers, maybe a little bit more of the, surprise. They kind of had some of those, larger victories there that we thought maybe the Tigers were going to get going. And then, of course, the Mariners, they've been a team that's just been able to find a way to always just kind of, come from behind and get it done. I do think the Mariners today have an edge here at the starting pitcher spot. But today, I kind of feel like, I think both these teams are going to get out and hit the ball here today. I think they both kind of get back going, kind of keep rolling. I'm going to go ahead and look to the over in this one. I'm taking over 8.5 runs here today. Wentz has a 6.16 ERA at home. Gilbert 4.15. And I like it that I see, Rodriguez finally hitting a couple homers. I think they're getting back into action here.
All right, Mindy takes the over in this one with the Mariners and the Tigers. I'll lay the run line with the Mariners on the road. I tried the Tigers in a premium yesterday. You told me take the Mariners, and somehow I went against you again. That's not a good strategy right now. But I'll take the Mariners to roll here today with Gilbert. The run line is at minus $1.15 or so, and I will lay the run line today with the Mariners on the road against the Tigers. Mindy says take the over 8.5 at even money. Now a couple comments here on the game.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be Butterscotch agreeing with me here. Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Okay.
Tigers run line here for Bionic. Solo says the Mariners. Verley will take the Seattle run line. Joel just says Seattle and over. Steve says Seattle run line. Panger Life, Seattle run line. A lot of support here for the Seattle run line. Detroit, they've been a nice, pleasant surprise so far. Let's give them the credit right now. They are not that. We see some teams with some pretty bad records. The Tigers are not one of them.
Yeah,
and they
certainly
they were expected. Other than maybe even the Tiger fan, I mean, they were expected to be near the bottom of the league. So, all right, continue on now with the Astros and Hunter Brown going up against what's wrong with Lucas Giolito. The Astros here, they're up to $1.30, and the total 7.5 over 20.
All right. Well, I don't think Giolito, at least he hasn't been bad at home. He does have a 1.37 ERA,
that's great.
2.59 here overall. These two on paper, pitcher wise, they look pretty even. So for me, I still think it's more of the White Sox bats not doing so much. The Astros bats not doing so much. I just have to hope the White Sox bullpen can kind of hold up here a little bit. I'm looking to go under the total here in this one today, Ramon.
All right, Mindy, going under. Yeah, it's the run support for Giolito, actually. So the steam did come in. Widely reported steam came in on the under in this one. I'm going to take the Astros on the road here at minus $1.30. It's up from $1.20 or so. I'm paying a little bit of a tax. Maybe the public is feeling Astros today as well. So I'll lay it on the road with Hunter Brown. It's an under for Blake. Joel likes the White Sox, however. Hey, want to say hello. Welcome to Ralph Wright joining us today. Ralph Wright, new commenter today. Welcome, Ralph. He's got the Astros in his
live viewer number 80. Perfect.
Rocco's got a prop there in this one. Under for Verley in this one. Bionic says it's the Astros. Butterscotch, Astros. Corday, Astros. Panger Life, Astros. A lot of Astros support. I'm on the Astros. And Mindy is on the under. All right, the Cubs and Stroman. The Twins, Louis Varland. Varland's a favorite here. Twins line moving rapidly up to $1.20, maybe even $1.25 at some spots, and the total is kind of flip-flopped here a little bit. It was 7.5 under 15 about 90 minutes ago, maybe even 2 hours, but now it's 7.5 over 15. So definitely a move to the over here in this one, Mindy. Stroman and Varland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with anyone's, bats here as of late. And then suddenly you're going up here against Stroman, 1.47 ERA on the road. Varland, 1.17 ERA here at home. So for me, I mean, I think it's hard to come up with a victor in this game. I would say maybe I give more of the road splits to the Cubs. But the Twins aren't, too bad against right-handers, I guess. I mean, it's a tough one for me, and I don't see that steam going over. For me, I like the under here still. I just don't know where all the runs are going to come from. So yeah, I'm going to go under the total here.
I am also going under the total. I like it quite a bit, Mindy. I'm thinking it was probably a borderline premium, and I'll just go with it with you with a consensus premium here. I like the under with these two right now.
Where did the Cubs go? Where did they go?
And Varland. I like the Cubs in the game.
I just don't know.
I think the Sharps are going to prefer Minnesota here, but CTG's on the Cubs. Butterscotch is on the under, we said. Blake on the Cubs. I think I showed these already. Hello, Matt D. Bionic on the Twins. And Butterscotch is shrugging his shoulders.
What happened to the Cubs? Where did they go?
Where's Latif?
Why are they hiding?
A solo on the Twins today. Maybe Latifah's just getting in. Here's Steve, Cubs, and under. That's what I'm on. All right, Mindy, your Royals in action today with Jordan Lyles. Will today be the day? Is Jordan Lyles, is he the only pitcher that the Royals are 0-8 when Jordan Lyles starts this season? Will today be the day? The money looks like it's actually no. Okay. Well, the money looks like it's actually coming in a little bit on the Royals.
Oh, stop it! Why are you guys all betting the Royals? Quit it.
Well, I think it's just maybe the Sharps, right? I'm not showing any steam or anything, but I'm showing it open as high as I don't know what, $1.85, and now it's $1.65 or so, and the total is 9.5 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, sending Lyles to the hill again. The ERA over 8 runs. Like you said, he's coughed up 5 home runs here on the road, and now he's coming up against this Brewers team that hits just an absolute ton of home runs. I think Peralta, he's been, or no, it's Ray now. But I think he's been, pretty good here overall. 5.98 ERA at home. I mean, that's not terrible, but it is pretty terrible, but it's better than what Lyles is. I just think this comes down to, I just think it comes down to bats, and I think the Brewers have the better bats. I'm going to take them Milwaukee on the run line here.
All right, Milwaukee lay the run line. Mindy says in this one, how can I disagree right now? I'll take him with Mindy.
You will? I thought you might be on the Royal.
No, I know I know it's the sharp side, but I'm not willing to do it here. I don't think they're in a good enough position in this matchup. What is it? Minus $1. Oh my gosh! Plus money on this?
Yeah. Show.
No. Okay. Sure, let's do it. Michael Thompson says lay it.
Consensus play number 4.
Brewers run line for Verley. Let's lay the run line with the Brewers today. Does anybody think that Verley looks like Mike Singletary in this picture?
A little bit. I could see that, yeah.
Maybe it's small, so. Here's Scotch Lock alert. That's the first Scotch Lock, and Scotch has been busy, all right? So we got a Scotch Lock here.
Alert, Scotch Lock.
All right. Well, the Phillies are on the road here against the Rockies, and I tried the Rockies run line as a premium yesterday, and while they did get within a run, the Phillies took off on them late and ended up getting the run line, the money. The Phillies got it all. Today, though, they send Aaron Nola out of the mound. He's $1.60 or so, maybe a slight move to the Rockies here with Freeland. The total is 11 under 25. So seeing a little bit of a steam come in on the under. I'm not so sure what's going on there, but other than, we've seen a lot of unders for the Rockies, and you have Aaron Nola. So and Freeland's okay at home, I think. Mindy will give us the scoop with the Phillies and the Rockies.
Well, I was kind of going ahead and taking a look at the under here as well in this one. It's basically only because I take a look at both of these two that have 25% K rates here thus far. Nola, 7.2 strikeouts per 9. Freeland, 6.5 strikeouts per 9. If I take a look at their walks, I mean, they're like nowhere to be found. Nola, 1 walk per 9. Kyle Freeland, 1 walk per 9. I mean, so these guys really keep, folks off base. That's kind of how I'm looking at this one. We know both of these teams can hit, but I think both of these pitchers are set up to have a long outing here on the mound today, keeping that total under 11.
Yeah, Nola hasn't gotten run support. He usually ends up in a strong pitching matchup. And, also, Mindy, Freeland, who pitches very well, he doesn't get much run support. They don't win his games either. The Rockies have been hot. We know they lost the last couple of games, but they were playing their best ball of the season before coming into this little series here. I'm going to take the Phillies again. Not again, but I'm going to go to the Phillies now after what happened yesterday. They've won 5 straight now. This is what I think we were expecting from the Phils. So let's see what you guys are up to in the chat. Burley says it's a small pick. I am not a Mike Singletary. Bionic run line for the Rockies. Well, I got you, Bionic. Maybe I'm just mad at what happened.
This is the play. This is the time, Ramon.
Yeah, I'm digging Wednesday. Also, I missed LA Miles. I want to say hello to LA
yeah.
Miles, actually. Missed him back there. So I'm going to say hello to every single person that ever comes into our chat until we're just so famous that we can't keep up.
Corday's here today too. Did we say hi to him?
Yeah, I think Corday
Okay,
had a play
okay.
or something. I think.
Good.
Here we go with Blake on the Rockies over in this one. With boy, that's going against Mindy there. I was kind of thinking over too. I'm thinking it might go down a little bit still all of a sudden. So we'll see on that.
Okay.
Here's Steve, Rockies run line also. And let's see. Butterscotch will be on Philly with me. There's LA Miles on the under here with you, Mindy. I'll take the Phillies. Yeah, I'm laying some. I'm laying it. Probably was a premium, and I like to give out $1.65 as a premium necessarily. But I like the Phillies today with Nola and Mindy's on the under. All right. Well, the Rangers are taking on the Athletics today. And there's a little bit of pitching change here, Mindy, for the Athletics. I think we saw a different pitcher on the overnights, but this one was changed relatively early. I think it was still late afternoon yesterday when we found out, probably after the game, that Rucinski would be starting in this one. So the Rangers are favored, $1.50 on the road, and the total's gone up just a tad here to 9 flat.
Yeah, I mean, Rucinski hasn't been great. He's sitting at a 7.71 ERA at home. And he's running up against, I could say, arguably one of the deepest, lineups in all of the Major League Baseball. Heaney hasn't necessarily been great on the mound himself here either. We know the A's can score some runs. We know they kind of tend to, get some hits in some key situations. I think this one's going to get over the total here again today. I expect a lot of offense going over 9.
All right, Mindy, over the 9 here, Rangers and Athletics. Why not? I mean, Rucinski, you mentioned it. I mean, he's got an ERA over 10 thus far, and Heaney, his last couple of starts have been pretty bad. 6.75 ERA in his last 3 starts. Texas still looking sharp. They've won 10 out of their last 14 games. The A's have been just the opposite, having won 4 of their last 14 games. That doesn't make sense to me at minus $1.50. That sounds more like it should be about $2.50 in this one. Boy, the A's, you think of that, now they're coming to Vegas. That's great. But, just such a great history. You think of the World Series runs that they, twice, in the 70s and then again. Remember the Earthquake series. Even as low as recently, they've had some. Remember when they had? Oh God, what was that picture team? And they'd be shaking their head. They had big crowds, and they'd be like playing heavy metal music and rocking their heads and everything. Man, the A's. All right, Cindy's gonna go over.
Huh? I said you're doing some fine reminiscing there.
Yeah, I mean. And who was it would come to the plate and he had like Careless Whisper as his walk-up song? That was one of the all-time great walk-up songs. To have Careless Whisper saxophone as your walk-up song. Here's, I think Ralph's on the over in this one.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe it was the last game, but I'm not sure. Here's over Scotch Lock today with you, Mindy. Blake's on the over. Bionics on the Rangers with me. Burley will say Rangers and over. All right. Nunu's a Texas bred.
That's right.
Maybe that's JB's cousin. You in here, JB? He's taking Rangers and Astros all the time. And I'm sure you were on those Arlington Renegades.
That's right.
Michael Thompson on the over here in Corday says, give me a Rangers parlay with the Brewers today. That'll get me a nice price. I like Corday's avatar. He looks like an album cover.
It kind of does.
One more here was, oh gosh, yeah, that was McGuire and Canseco, the Bash brothers. I remember where I was on that when the earthquake struck that game.
I was at home.
You were at home, Mindy?
I was at home, yep.
Getting
I
ready
just
to
remember
watch?
talking about it. I was in 8th grade. I remember talking about it the next day at school.
You were watching it live when Al Michaels was on there,
Yep.
and it went to the color bars. I was actually driving home to get to the game and was listening on the radio to the pregame show. Got a couple more comments here in this. Hey, MT here today. Nice to see my buddy MT. Also, welcome to Kevin Cook. Hello, welcome, Kev Cook. Sorry, Kev. Don't mean to call you there. Maybe it is a short name, but he likes to go by Kev. So, welcome, Mindy. That's at least 3 or maybe 4 new commenters today. So glad to have us. Have our 80 or 90 friends here with us. So, but also hello to MT today. And says hit the like. Thank you, MT. MT and I have been hanging out in chat rooms as long as they've been existing, it seems like.
Right.
Sports chat rooms. I was hanging out yesterday with the Puck Dogs again over there on their live show. They had a live show for the Maple Leafs game. That was neat. Something I'm thinking about incorporating here. Tony, you and I, we bandied about a little bit. I don't know if we have enough viewership, but all right. Mindy is on the over. I'm on the Rangers here, and Panger's got a little bit of. Oh, that was another game. Thank you, Panger. All right, Mindy. Look, it's a situation's bad. I mean, we're here with Padre fans, we're pretty upset the way things are going right now. I think I've been a little bit on the fade from the get-go with the Padres. Look, I mean, I'm a Padres fan. I know we've spent a $1 trillion payroll, but it's not working out, whatever that is. And now Weather's in there today. Not your favorite pitcher. Gonsolin hasn't been Gonsolin yet, but he's only had a few starts and coming off an injury. So we'll see if he can get it back together. But the Dodgers end up a huge favorite here against the Padres. It really doesn't make much sense. But then again, maybe these Padres are for, I want to say not for real. Dodgers $1.70. The total is 9.5. Wow.
Well, I mean, I kind of take a look at it with, Weathers on his splits. He's been pretty good, 1.29 here on the road. It's one of those that, Gonsolin, like you said, it's kind of early in the season. He's sitting at a 5.79 ERA here on his home turf, but a 1.93 overall. So it's going to be, what kind of, Gonsolin will we get here today? The Dodgers bullpen has been, I think, a little bit weaker than the Padres here as well, but the Dodgers are scoring a little bit more runs here as of late. And the Dodgers, I think the other good thing is defensively, they hold their opponents to 2.95 runs per game. But for me, I think with Ryan Weathers, I think you could get him into longer innings. Again, if you take a look at the Padres, they do have a little bit better bullpen there with Hader. I'm going to take the Padres here on the run line. I'm going to get plus 1.5 runs at minus 137 here today.
Well, I hope they win the game, but I don't have much faith in them at this point. Butterscotch on the Dodgers run line. So was Blake. Bionic was on the Padres with you, and Corday leans Padres too. And I would have to, consider more of the just on this price. All of a sudden, you're going to tell me you're right. I mean, look, I've been a Weathers backer. He doesn't look great out there when he's out, right? But like I said, I think he knows how to pitch.
Sure.
I think that's a reflection of his, when they say son of a major leaguer, this was a kid who was hanging out in the dugouts with, with some decent teams when he was with his dad. Played for the Reds for most of his career, if I'm not mistaken. So I like the under in this one with the Dodgers and the Padres. I'd love to take the Padres with you on the run line. I have no confidence in my team right now. I think the price is good for the Padres, though. I don't have any problem with anyone leaning Padres. Looks like Burley says he'll take the Dodgers. I think that's run line because the T is next to the R and it's not close to the M.
Yeah.
Steve's on the Dodgers. Oh yeah, he did correct it there. Yeah. CTG says under. I say under. I mean at 9.5. I mean, look, do they? I know the weather's going to be warmer. I don't even know if it's going to be warm, but where do we get these 9.5s in a game played in LA? I mean, that's not the way this works, folks.
It's not the way it works at all.
So, I don't know, maybe because, like I said, weathers or whatever the case may be, it doesn't look right. Maybe there'll be a ton of runs in this one, and the odds makers know what they're doing, but it doesn't feel like. When do we see these type of totals here in this? I mean, Gonsolin does have a total matchup. The Padres, their lineup is. I mean, this is a joke. I mean, you're paying all these guys all this money, Mindy. I've got them ranked right now in the bottom 10 offenses. Soto is heating up. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's definitely seems to have found his stroke a little bit in this series over the last week or so. He's coming on, but I'm not happy. I'd rather go back to the old, ways of some teams are just maybe meant to be small market and shouldn't spend a bunch of money. And so they can have that hunger that these guys don't have. Okay. Enough complaining. Let's get to the Giants and the Diamondbacks, another game in the National League West here. Logan Webb is going to be favored on the road, but he's down to $1.35 now, so definitely some action here on the Diamondbacks. We took them yesterday, Mindy. We won with the Diamondbacks on the show.
Huge. Yeah.
Going up against BFOT here, so I like to call him. Right. And in this one, though, Logan Webb, pretty big favorite, but the line's coming back big time. I saw $1.50 out there, and I was drooling. But the money's coming in maybe appropriately on the Diamondbacks.
I don't know, Ramon. I mean, I know that Webb is like an integral part here of this Giants offense. He's the one that goes out there and finally gets the quality starts for this team here. He's lasted 7 or more innings in, his last 4 outings here. I'm going to go ahead and take a chance here on the Giants today, sitting at about, what'd you say, minus 140 or so. They are, 5-1 in their last 6 games with, I just think that this is a team that they really need to close out this series strong, especially after getting, whooped on yesterday, 7-2, I think is what it was. Fat's one of those that he has a 10 ERA here at home. I know I know that the Diamondbacks are kind of hot. I think statistically, like right now, offensively, they're the number 2 team with the bats. But I think the Giants here get them today. I'm going to go Giants here on the money line.
Fair enough. Mindy takes the Giants here today with Logan Webb. Should be an advantage for him on the mound. I would think in this one against the rookie, making just his 3rd start. So, see what and Blake on the Giants, Steve on the Giants, Butterscotch on the Giants. Corday says it looks like he's saying as a money line favorite in this series. They're 8-2. So, like I said, we came in yesterday on the Diamondback, Mindy on the Giants. So here today, Steam came in on the under. It continues to roll. I had the total there listed at 9 over, but it's now mostly I don't know, for the most part 8.5 under 20. So it's probably the direction I'm going to go here. I'm going to take the under in this one with the Giants and the Diamondbacks. I'm going to ride that steam today. Chasing it. Okay, game 2, a little bit tough here, Mindy. We don't know what's with game 1, what's going to happen necessarily, how the bullpens will play out, blah blah blah. Nonetheless, Max Scherzer, big favorite, of course, at $1.85. Irvin has been okay, right? In his first
Sure.
2 starts. I may have mistakenly in our last show. Actually, I want to maybe even correct this. I may have actually said Cole Irvin. I know this is not Cole Irvin. I just was maybe going off of saying it, but Scherzer here, big favorite.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go under the total. Again, Scherzer, I think he can get back into form. He's been a little bit off, especially on the road. I mean, he's the one that has that 7.13 ERA, but that's so unlike him. So we'll go ahead. He's still striking out, 7 batters per 9 innings here. And Irvin, like you had talked about, he's the one that right now is, 0.84 ERA, 2 at home. So I'm going to go under the total here in this one.
Well, you're talking about 2 teams that have been going a lot in these roles. Mets on the road have had some unders. Nats at home have had some unders. When the Mets have been favored, they've had unders. And when the Nats have been dogs, they've had unders. So total open 9.5 total, and now 9. So we're losing a little bit of value. I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line here. Give me the Nationals. What's my price? Even money? Minus $1.05? I'll take it. I'm going to take the Nationals here against Max, going up against one of his former teams here. Looks like Corday is going to go Nationals reverse run line here. Wow, great call. Here's a Nats run line for Bionic. Mets under first 5 as the Lakes play in this one. Corday says they won't even put up more than 2 runs. Want to say hello to NBH. Woo!
Woo!
Good to see NBH again. And we got one more. Oh, Scott's agreeing with me there. I'll take Washington on the run line. One more to go, Mindy. Here
almost made it.
We're going to the night game. Sunday Night Baseball is in Boston for the Cardinals and the Red Sox. The Cardinals on the road here, $1.15. The total is 10.5 under 20. Hello.
10.5, man, it keeps going and going and going. That's because you have, 2 veteran pitchers here keep having trouble here, keeping the old ball down. I mean, they're just getting hit really, really hard. But for me, I kind of lean to the Red Sox here today in this one. Boston, I still think they have the better bats, right? 296 batting average at home. 86 extra base hits here at Fenway Park this season. So for me, I'm still, I'll take them on the run line. I think the Cardinals might give them a little bit of grief. Again, I think this game is really going to be an up and down, back and forth. I hope it's a good one to watch here tonight. But I'm going to take the Red Sox here on the run line, plus 1.5 runs, minus 150.
Okay. Mindy on the run line here, Red Sox plus 1.5. I'll take the over if you say there's going to be a lot of back and forth. That sounds like runs to me.
Yeah, it
And
does.
Teams have produced some overs so far. I've got the Red Sox. Probably I've got them number 4 right now in my offensive rankings. Moneyline here today. Hello, Moneyline.
Moneyline Bills. Back after it.
On the cards. Blake says Boston to go over. I'm thinking about the cards here. Fernando's going to take them. He does like the over as well. Steve's on the Boston money line. Early talking about lost this one in the last inning, but it looks like he'll roll with the Red Sox today. Michael Thompson on the over. Thanks, Gary. That's awesome. If you do, sounds like you're hot. You don't need us if you're that hot. I need you more than you need me, it sounds like at this point. I think I've righted the ship a little bit, despite a mediocre day. Lost a couple of UFCs at 3-2 on my UFC plays. Butterscotch has an overlock in this one. Of course, that's
the cards really
suck. I'm just repeating what he said right there.
I know.
Ralph with our comment there. Good to have Ralph today joining us. All right, Mindy will get the plays up. I'll have it over to TonySpix.com.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that. Never mind.
One more time here.
I just was daydreaming about Nathan probably hitting a royal flush at the casino again.
Oh, boy. With today's card, I was thinking about maybe going and playing myself live a little bit. I haven't done that year since I've been here. It's already been 5 months. And
get back in there.
Well, I always made it a point when I was dealing. I'd go to on my day off, usually for a few hours, tip my coworkers. Always fun to do. And I like playing live poker, but I have not done that since after I've left poker dealing. But so over at Tony'sPicks.com, check out the premium picks. See what everyone's got going here. Today, we already talked about some of them. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, our premium picks, use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20% off all of the premium pick packages. I'll get rolling. We're just an hour away from the first start.
Right.
So we're going to get out here and get going with our premium picks, right? We got to go, but just want to show everyone what we got over at Tony'sPicks.com. Check out the handicapper leaderboards, see who's hot. Tony, Daniel, and Collins have their plays up today. Maybe everyone's taking a day off. I'm not sure, but we shall.
We're not taking the day off, Ramon. We get maybe 4 days off a year, right around July 10th-ish.
I'm ready to go hard because I'm a little bit on tilt still. So thanks, everyone. Thanks to Curtis, Corday, Nathan here as well. Here come the baseball plays. We only had 4 of them. I'm sorry, Mindy. Guardians money line, Yankees run line, Cubs under, Brewers on the run line.
Still sounds like wins. That's all I know.
That's all we have. 4 plays today.
That's it. We're ready. We're ready to go.
Let's go 4-0.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Morning Steam today. We'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam on Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We'll preview the Monday games. Let's get that Scotch money. I don't even know what that thing's called, but I love it.
Money face.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. Great comments. Great to have everyone in the show. We got up to 90, I think, today. So that works. Appreciate it. All right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.